Hello, it's some dust or something. I'm here today because I wanted to do a showcase video about the Latenivenatrix in Path of Titans. These guys are more commonly called the Latins, the chickens, the birds. They're one of the two official raptors in this game. And I started growing this guy a couple of months ago. For the longest time, I didn't play Latin. I only played Dynon, which is the other raptor. And I made a lot of statements about how I thought the Dynon was better and all this thing. But the more I've played the Latin over time, the more I've grown to really love this dinosaur. Put a lot of time into it. In my opinion, it's one of the most fun dinosaurs to play. And I was going to make this showcase like last week, but then I saw that the Night Stalker update was coming out and it was going to focus on the Latenivenatrix. And so I decided to wait it out, and I am so glad I did. I mean, just look at that model for one thing. I don't know if you watching this video have seen the old model, but it was not this awesome. I mean, just like the sunken eyes and the slender head, and just like the contouring of the feathers and everything. The patterns on this dino are incredible. The wing claws are new. Like, this is just an awesome model. I really, really love it. So to help me demonstrate the Latenivenatrix for you today, I have Lad. And he is in a cool melanistic skin right now, which I thought was just fine suited for being a Night Stalker. So to kind of give you an overview of this dino, you are a raptor, which means that you are small, you are agile, you are a good jumper, you are pretty fast. So you can see my sprint here, I get up to speed pretty quick, and it's pretty decent. The fact that you're small means it's also really easy for you to evade attacks, to hide, and you can always just do this. Get up on top of something where other dinos maybe can't reach you. The Latin has a special ability to help with its agility. The tail fan, which the Dynon also has, which you can pop for a boost in speed. One of my favorite things in the world to do in this game is to run up to like a little hill. Let me find a good one. That should do just fine. I'm going to hit my tail fan and then jump. Watch this. It just launches you. It's great. It's a lot of fun. Now, the really great thing about the Latin over the Dynon, because the Dynon, I would say, is situationally better. The Dynon's faster, for one thing. And it has a passive skill that raises the speed of its pack mates and itself. The Latin doesn't have that, but the Latin does have incredible stamina. The Latin has way, way better stamina than the Dynon, while also having a great jump. It's also a little heavier, which means, you know, combat weight. You're still going to be super light, but at least, you know, you've got a little bit of extra weight to work with there. So that's sort of the general overview of this thing. It only takes up one character slot, which I wish I could show you there, but one character slot, so you can run a huge pack of these, which is great, because if we go into its abilities here, it has a lot of abilities that really cater to it being a pack hunter. But to kind of go through the list in order, you know, you only get the bite. That is your only attack as a Latenivenatrix as of right now. For senses, you can get Moonlight Hunter, gain 15% increased damage and 10% increased movement speed during night. Metabolism, you can either go Hyper Carnivore or Scavenger. For hide, you have this cool new Night Stalker hide. 50% increased bleed and venom heal rate during the night. So again, sort of encouraging you to play this thing at night. Nothing on the legs just yet. On the tail, you have the tail fan that I was talking about, and then this. So you do have a few different calls here. You have the hiss, which reduces incoming damage by 20% for 30 seconds. You have the bark, which increases the attack of all the raptors in your group. Can stack 10 times, and then you have this. This is the brand new Call of the Night Terror's call. Every Latenivenatrix in your group gains 15% increased stamina recovery and 15% increased damage for 1 minute, stacks up to 10 times. Can only be used during night. That is huge. If you get 10 Latins together and you all pop this, your damage output is just going to be off the charts. And it is almost night now, so hopefully I can show off that call for you. But first, I just want to give you some more insight into this thing. So I said it's like a small, agile raptor. I've had a lot of success playing as the Latin. I remember before the update trying to hunt things like aloes with other raptors and having a hard time with it. But yesterday, right after this this new update dropped, I actually killed an adult aloe with this thing at night. And I think that's definitely partially because of the call and this thing's buff stats at night. But being able to solo something big like an aloe as a little bird is just incredible. I love fighting as this thing. For one thing, your health regen and your stamina regen are both really good. You may not have a lot of health, but that's okay because it's going to be hard for people to get effective shots on you anyway. Something's coming up to nab you, you just give it one of those. You know, you can jump to get out of the way, you can hide, you can get on top of things. You can do some really great hit and run tactics. This is a dino that you wouldn't be able to kill something like an Apex typically, but what you could do is annoy the hell out of an Apex and then get away with it, which you cannot do with very many other dinos. In a lot of ways, other dinos are testing their luck with that kind of thing, but with the Latin, you're an awesome escape artist, you're a nuisance, you can be a pretty decent fighter if you're fighting something reasonable. But yeah, I already kind of went over the abilities, but you can see I'm running a Bite, the Tail Fan, and then the Call of the Night Terrors. I'm still memorizing. Yeah, Call of the Night Terrors, which I'll show you here in a second. But that's the general gist of the Latin. This is a pack hunter. It just had an awesome rework done. Lots of really cool abilities and everything. You're speedy. You have a great jump. You know, you're very agile. Let's get into the calls and animations here. Starting with the broadcast. Then we have the art call. The aggro. They put a little bit of a wait between the calls. It used to be you could get right into it. Now I have to wait. The alert. The low call, the shake it off, a sort of a preening, and then a question. I love doing this. I love walking toward an apex and doing this, just trying to make yourself look bigger. It's great. Now, while I'm waiting for this call to unlock, I figure I'll go into the skins for you here. These were all just remapped. These are all really fresh looking. They look a million times better than they did. So here is your default skin, your Tabby, your Spruce, Spotty, Backer, Safari, Watcher, Robin, it's one of my favorites, Leopard, another one of my favorites, Quilted, Ferret, Magpie, Albino, and Melanistic. And I still don't have that call, so I'm just gonna kind of ramble for just a minute here while I'm waiting for that. But this is an incredibly fun dinosaur. You can cross the map very quickly. You can get to places other dinos could only dream of, and be a surprisingly good hunter while you're doing it. And now I do have that call, so let's do it. Let's ring in the Night Terror. Check this out. And remember, that's stackable 10 times. Now, I don't know about you, but I can sparsely imagine something scarier than hearing 10 of those, and then hearing this little thudding of little feet running right for me at night. This is a really cool twist that the team has thrown at us. I think Alderaan knocked it out of the park with this update. I am going to have to go through and redo a lot of my old videos because pretty much everything is different now. But yeah, that's basically it when it comes to the Latenivenatrix. You should definitely try this thing out. You know, if you're new to the game, this is a fantastic beginner dino, I think. And if you played for a while and maybe never did, this is the best possible time to get in on this. Latins are everywhere, and they are a blast. So yeah, those are my thoughts on the Latenivenatrix. Hopefully this video was entertaining for you. Hopefully it was informative for you. But most of all, I just hope you enjoyed. So thank you all so much for watching, and have a great day.